All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic as always, because in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the YieldMax ETF MSFO, which is the YieldMax Microsoft Option Income Strategy ETF. And the reason why we're going to be covering this ETF today is due to the fact of its long-term potential, just due to the underlying stock, which is MSFT, Microsoft Corporation, being a pretty strong long-term hold for many people, being a reliable long-term hold. And how could that potentially transition into the YieldMax ETF category? Because in our YieldMax ETFs, we have a lot of ETFs that are coming out which are paying insanely high dividend yields. We have TSLY, OARK, Aptly, NVDY, AMZ, which are all paying upwards of 30% in dividend yields, which is fantastic. The only thing though is it tends to eat away at the share price a little bit. But now when we're looking at a stock like MSFO, Microsoft Option Income Strategy ETF, will we see the same thing as we see with TSLY and with NVDY, or could we see a potential YieldMax Option Income Strategy ETF that goes up for the long term just as Microsoft did, while still returning a close to 16% dividend yield right there? So that's what we're going to go in this video, the potential long term of MSFT being the underlying stock of MSFO, the YieldMax Option Income Strategy ETF, and how we think it might perform in the future. We're also going to talk a little bit about what Microsoft does, and just going over a few things there. So if that does sound good, please do remember to subscribe. We're up to 3,076 subscribers every day. Have more and more subscribers. I want to say thank you to everyone who's joined us from yesterday since we made that video. So I want to say hello to all the new subscribers, and I hope you guys do enjoy this video. As you can see, a little reminder here, that 3,000 subscriber marker. Woohoo. All right, let's get into it. So I just want to show you guys that these are all the stocks that I own. You can see in here, there is no MSFO. That is going to be a mouthful. MSFO. There's no MSFO in my portfolio. So it rhymes, did the crime. You know what I'm saying? But there's no MSFO. I do not currently own any of the Microsoft Option Income Strategy ETF from YieldMax. I'm only kind of talking about it right now. The only YieldMax ETF that I do currently own, as you guys are probably aware, is TSLY, which pays a 50% dividend. MSFO comes in a little bit lower at 16.27. So definitely a knockdown from that other dividend of TSLY. But how will MSFO hold up over the long term? Long story short, I have no idea. This is going to be interesting. We're definitely along for the ride. But what I can say is, looking at Microsoft, the underlying stock, you can see that over the long period, going back from the 1980s pretty much, it has performed pretty stellarly. Like, it's performed awesome, just literally going up with time. Obviously, it's taken time and periods of time where the stock has kind of had like little spouts like here. It didn't really move too much in the beginning, but Microsoft obviously is a $2.5 trillion business, and it's taken off in recent times with a lot of people going to computers and needing computer softwares. And that is exactly what Microsoft does. They provide programs such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Let me see. Yeah, I can kind of highlight here. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, a lot of amazing kind of online resources and tools, as well as things such as phones, intelligent devices, video games, setups, even the computing hardware within things like the Xbox 360. So they're heavily invested in the technology space. They are a tech company, and they are one of the biggest tech companies. And one thing to keep in mind when buying MSFT and MSFO, which is the YieldMax ETF version of MSFT, is that people hold Microsoft for the long term. When you're thinking about buying stocks, let's say whether it be, you're a new investor or you're a seasoned investor, and you're looking to get a comfortable return, something that you could pretty much guarantee. Nothing's guaranteed in the stock market, but something safe that a lot of people invest in. You look at Microsoft, you look at Apple, you look at the big companies, maybe something like Costco. They pay a relatively low dividend yield, but that's due to the fact that they have increased in their share price value over so many years. You see that dividend sitting at $3, and the current stock share price is sitting at $330. Microsoft is a company that appreciates over time, and a lot of people invest in Microsoft, and I assume will continue to invest in Microsoft as they're seen as a safe company. And with knowing that information, you can expect some slow to moderate growth over the long term with Microsoft, and hopefully that could potentially transition well into MSFO, the YieldMax version. And the thing is, the one beautiful thing about Microsoft, which works well in the favor of MSFO, is that it appreciates slowly over time. It doesn't have the massive swings that TSLY has or NVDY has, but instead more long-term linear growth, which is what you'd want to see from this option income strategy ETF. It's going to help harvest and really maximize getting your option premiums. Although the option premiums do go off of volatility, you're going to be able to collect a lot in terms of the capital appreciation, hopefully, and still have a better dividend yield than this measly 0.9%. You're going to get that 60% yield with YieldMax. So where do I see MSFO going over the next maybe year or even 2 or 10? Because once again, we don't know how long MSFO might potentially hold up for. What I would say is in the current downturn, you look at Microsoft over the past 6 months, and this is kind of the point where MSFO was introduced, about August 25th. And when looking at August 25th, you could see it started at a point about $330, had a rough downturn, here down roughly maybe about 5 to 10% or so, and then kind of scooted back up a bit. And MSFO has pretty much done exactly that, if not appreciated more. So that's one thing to keep in mind, that MSFO has actually kind of outperformed Microsoft in this little current time period. Although it did have a big swing, it did pay out a dividend, which is equated to about 16% annually. But as you can see, it started about $20 and is currently up over $20, about $20.60. So that's something awesome to keep in mind for Microsoft. And of course, if we do see this kind of slow appreciation over time, we should see a similar thing in MSFO and also the dividend included. So one thing is, if you do hold any Microsoft, or you are interested in getting some Microsoft, but you want a little bit of a higher yield because you're not really too suffice with this 0.9%, you could potentially invest in MSFO. Not saying you should, just giving you the information. Or what you could do is you could buy some Microsoft and then put a portion of that in MSFO to receive some dividend yield or some greater dividend yield on the side. So that's just a little like Timbit strategy outlook on MSFO and why it could be potentially a really good hold for the long term, with Microsoft slowly appreciating over time, which could transition to MSFO, and also the dividend yield, which you could then reinvest. You could reinvest back into Microsoft. You can reinvest back into MSFO. There's so many different things you could do with 16% rather than this 0.9%. Although it will grow over time, Microsoft's dividend, MSFO will pay you the big dividends right now. So the choice is truly yours if you're looking to invest. I'm just here to give you some information. So obviously, you guys know what Microsoft does. They are a pretty big, astounding tech company. That is just a little video on MSFO and kind of my thoughts. Once again, they're no different from any other YieldMax fund. They write synthetic covered call options on the underlying stock, which is MSFT, Microsoft. And yeah, that's just a little bit of my opinion and why I do think it could potentially be a good hold for the long term, and how the dividends received from MSFO could either go into buying Microsoft and then propel your long-term portfolio even more. So with all that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy that video. We're up to 3,076 subscribers. I want to say thank you guys for sticking with me today. I'm not feeling the absolute best today. I have a little bit of a headache, but we're pushing through for this video. I wanted to get this video out to you guys because I know some people were asking in the comment section for this video. I'll do my best to reply to your comments. I got a lot of comments coming up, so I will do that shortly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys stick around, and I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys take care and see you later.